Bam! Welcome inside fitnessinformant.com, Fitness Informant's YouTube and social media channels. I'm F5 founder and CEO Ryan Buckeye here with a product breakdown of an intra-industry collab between two brands who actually technically are competitors with each other. Condemned Labs and Fresh Supps came together and with an initiative and a goal of elevating the industry through collaboration. Big fan of doing that, and they came out with this awesome pre-workout that I'm going to talk about here in terms of an SFP breakdown in two different flavors. One of them is going to be orange Sicko. The other one is going to be locked up lemon iced tea. Now, each respective brand did their own flavor for it. So the orange cream Sicko is actually the flavor from Condemned Labs that you can get from Condemned Labs and select retailers out there. And the locked up lemon iced tea is the Fresh Supps flavor. Again, there's just, each brand particularly made a flavor. Fresh Supps did the locked up lemon iced tea. Condemned Labs did the orange cream Sicko, and together it's a great formula that I'm about to break down here for you in a second. So Fresh Supps owned by my friend Greg Helton, Condemned Labs owned by my friend Michael, and they came together again trying to elevate the industry through collaboration, which is a really cool thing to do. We typically talk about collaborations in this space in terms of IP and licensing deals, whether it be Ghost or Rise or even my brand Fit Butters, but in this case these brands came together and said, hey, collectively, what can we do? How do we leverage your audience and my audience together to elevate the space and give a really good formula in two really good flavors? I've tried the flavors. I like them a lot. The orange cream Sicko, I'm a big orange cream fan to begin with, so big fan of that. But let's break down the SFP on this awesome collaboration. This is a 25 serve pre-workout, does retail for about 50 bucks on the brand's websites. Again, you can go to select retailers out there like Natural Body, etc., and buy this collaboration as well. The first ingredient here is going to be in their Broken Shackles Blood Flow Matrix. The first ingredient is L-citrulline at 6 grams. I like the fact that the brands collectively came together and said, let's not do the 8 to 10 to even 12 gram citrulline, let's do 6. 6 is a sweet spot. Citrulline is converted into arginine in the body, which then increases nitric oxide, which improves blood flow and vasodilation, which then obviously gives you a bigger, fuller pump. Now, there's a reason behind the pump. It's not just the aesthetics and the way you look in the mirror, but it's obviously getting nutrient-rich blood into the cells, helping with repair and recovery, and eventually regrowth and bigger muscle mass growth, right? 6 grams to me is a really good spot to be at in terms of citrulline. The benefits of citrulline start at as little as 3 grams up to 5, 6, again, really nice. I think when you start getting to 8 and 10s, now you're starting to take away the benefit of stacking. Like you aren't able to stack it with a pump powder because the pump powder also has 8 grams of citrulline. And too much citrulline, specifically for myself, it just wrecks my GI tract and my system, and I'm just not a fan of it. So 6 grams of citrulline, pure citrulline, really big fan of that. Next ingredient here is 3.2 grams of beta-alanine. Beta-alanine buffers lactic acid. It can help alleviate delayed onset muscle soreness. Essentially what it's going to do is it's going to help increase muscular endurance. So before your muscles break down and quit on you and say, I'm tired, maybe you get another rep or maybe you get another set. And beta-alanine has been proven over a plethora of studies to do exactly that. Now, a lot of people think about beta-alanine and say, that's the ingredient that gives me the tingles. And yes, it absolutely is, but and that's not what's causing you to work out better and harder and longer. It's not the tingles, it's the science behind the ingredient of beta-alanine. Next ingredient used here is HydroPrime at 2 grams. HydroPrime is a patent form of glycerol powder. Glycerol essentially is going to turn your muscles into a sponge. You're going to absorb liquid, which then is going to hydrate the muscles and allow you to have a bigger pump, obviously. But again, it's going to help with muscular endurance and it'll keep your muscles hydrated and working harder for longer. So there's actual science behind glycerol. Glycerol also contributes to the aesthetic look of the overall pump. Next ingredient here is betaine anhydrous used at full 2 grams. Betaine can help improve strength and power output. It's actually one of my favorite ingredients and actually can help with muscle recovery as well. I think it's underutilized for muscle recovery, but there's a lot of good things with betaine. I like to see betaine between 1.5 and 2.5 grams. They're right in the middle here at 2 grams. Pink Himalayan salt at 500 milligrams. Pink Himalayan salt really just going to help with overall hydration. Yes, there might be some contribution to overall pump with being better hydrated, but 500 milligrams of Himalayan salt can help with hydration, can help potentially improve pumps, help overall your muscular and your just overall endurance as an athlete. Next ingredient here, CDP Choline, 250 milligrams. CDP Choline, obviously it's in the name. Choline molecule going to help with cognition, help with muscle or mind-muscle connection, going to help with memory, alertness, recall. CDP Choline, really nice use of choline here in this particular product. Now we get down into the Shanked Energy and Hyper Focus Matrix. Now the CDP Choline could actually be in that area as well. They elected to go above the line, but you get taurine at a full gram. Taurine can help with strength and power output as well. It does regulate electrolytes, help keeping your body hydrated. The other thing that taurine can potentially do is it can help sort of combat sort of the jitters and things that you get from stimulants like caffeine. Now, it doesn't take away the effects of caffeine. There's some studies out there that say taurine counteracts caffeine. I think it complements caffeine very well, especially if you are sensitive to stimulants. Tyrosine is next, actually at a full gram. Tyrosine is an amino acid that can help with mind-muscle connection, can help with memory and alertness and focus as well. Getting a lot of popularity in pre-workouts. Typically now we see it even a little bit higher. One gram is really sort of the starting spot for tyrosine now. I've seen it extremely high before, but 1 to 2 gram mark is really where you see it now in pre-workouts. Caffeine Hydros at 400 milligrams. Caffeine and Hydros is going to start basically kickstarting the system within 10 to 15 minutes of you drinking this pre-workout. And this is the fast-acting form of caffeine that's going to get you ultimately at your caffeine high relatively quick. But the one bad part about caffeine A, especially used in higher dosages, like 400 milligrams of caffeine, is you can have a come down and a crash pretty quickly after your workout, and people don't enjoy that. Well, the nice thing is Condemned and Fresh came together and they gave us another ingredient that I'm going to talk about here a little bit later on that's going to help combat that and help keep prolonged energy levels for a longer period of time while hopefully preventing the crash. Pine bark extract used at 200 milligrams. This is going to help with blood flow and help with overall pumps. Big fan of pine bark extract used in pre-workouts, and the 200 milligram dosage is right where I would do it as well. Cognic Q used at 100 milligrams. This is a coffee fruit extract, formerly known as Neurofactor. It's still called Neurofactor to one brand out there, but again, this is the hyper focus matrix, right? So we're talking about mind-muscle connection, we're talking about memory, we're talking about learning, we're talking about recall. Most importantly, in the gym, you want to be focused, not be off in whatever land you're in. You want to focus the task at hand. Really solid dosage of Cognic Q. VitaSure Caffeine SR. So what is this? This is the ingredient that I said that Condemned and Fresh came together and said, let's add this to help complement the 400 milligrams of caffeine and hydros. So VitaSure is a sustained release version of caffeine. So on the label, it says you are getting 100 milligrams of VitaSure caffeine SR, sustained release, but it yields 60% caffeine. So you're getting another additional 60 milligrams of caffeine on top of the 400 milligrams of caffeine. So a total of 460 milligrams of caffeine in one serving of this pre-workout. The big difference here is 400 milligrams are coming from caffeine and hydros, while 60 active is coming from the sustained release version of caffeine, which is going to allow your energy levels to taper off versus crashing. So you're gonna have energy levels for a longer duration of time, and most likely it's going to prevent you having that big come down and crash from your caffeine source. Next ingredient here is synephrine. This is from Adventure Z. This is a bitter orange extract at 100 milligrams. Synephrine is a stimulant, helps stimulate the central nervous system, can increase thermogenesis, can increase alertness, memory, and overall energy in the body. Last ingredient here from New Live Science is estrogen at 50 milligrams. It does help with ingredient absorption. A lot of people big fans of estrogen. I'm one of those people, and ultimately so are Condemned and Fresh. So overall, from top to bottom, really good formula and two really good flavors. Again, the flavors are gonna be orange cream Sicko and the locked up lemon iced tea. Now these are limited edition pre-workouts from Condemned and Fresh. Once they're gone, they're gone. If you're watching this video and it's still available, suggest you run to one of the websites or a retailer's website and check it out. Look below for a link to take it to fitnessinformant.com for a full breakdown of the SFP, as well as a link to purchase this product and a potential coupon code to save you a few dollars if it does exist. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the red subscribe now button below to stay up to date with all product breakdowns from us right here at Fitness Informant. Follow us on our social media channels. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and I guess you could call this a social media channels as well here on YouTube. And for more supplement breakdowns, check out our official website. We are online at fitnessinformant.com.